Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. The former owner of a U.S. Mint silver blank supplier is wanted by the FBI. Let's explore. Indeed. Pretty amazing story. There has been two individuals, including an owner, that is wanted by the FBI, and this is a company that is now out of business that once provided silver blanks for the United States Mint, specifically for the Silver Eagles. Let's take a look at this story from coinworld.com. The FBI seeks two former Northwest Territorial Mint officials. That's right, the Northwest Territorial Mint. You may have heard that name before, those of us who have been kind of interested in precious metals and actually custom minting as well too, because there was a time when I had some pieces made and I had actually put out a bid with the Northwest Territorial Mint. Actually, they came back with the highest quote at one particular time. But nonetheless, they're out of business. They got in some big trouble. Some of you may know about that story too, but wanted by the FBI, Bernard Ross Hansen here. The story goes on as follows. The former owner of the now bankrupt Northwest Territorial Mint in Auburn, Washington, and his vault manager and girlfriend, both convicted in 2021 of multiple counts of mail and wire fraud connected with the sale and storage of millions of dollars in gold and silver. He went on the run after failing to appear for sentencing on April the 29th in federal court in Seattle. Bernard Ross Hansen, who is 62, and Diane Renee Erdman, who is 49, were placed on the FBI's most wanted list after failing to make their scheduled court appearance. Hansen, who was convicted on July 30th, 2021 on 14 felony fraud counts, and Erdman on 13 counts during the same trial, face up to 20 years imprisonment on each count and up to $250,000 in fines on each count. Wow, you want to talk about serious charges here. Northwest Territorial Mint at one time was responsible for the production of the nation's highest military recognition, the Medal of Honor. Go figure. A Northwest Territorial affiliated company, Medallic Art Company in Dayton, Nevada, for a number of years, provided the U.S. Mint with ready-to-strike blanks for the production of American Eagle silver bullion coins. In 2011, Hansen testified by request in Washington, D.C. before a House subcommittee on the American Eagle silver bullion program. Actually, I thought that name sounded familiar. I actually I did a video about that and remember quoting Hansen during that hearing. Northwest Territorial Mint operated offices in Federal Way in Auburn, Washington, manufacturing medallion and other awards. The company also ran from Washington State a bullion operation offering the selling, buying, exchanging, storing, and leasing of gold, silver, and other precious metals. You probably have seen some rounds of some bars with their logo on it. Northwest Territorial Mint filed for bankruptcy on the 1st of April 2016. The bankruptcy was filed after Hansen lost a $38.3 million defamation lawsuit in Nevada. Hansen and Erdman were indicted on April the 12th, 2018, on federal charges on defrauding multiple customers between 2009 and 2017. The indictment accused the couple of using customer assets to finance expansion of the business and pay for their own personal expenses. It just goes to show you that even a well-established name like Northwest Territorial Mint, they've been around for quite a number of years and were one time highly respected. No questions at all. It just goes to show you that you never really know. However, for most of us that have done transactions with large bullion dealers, we're pretty safe. I mean, a lot of these companies we deal with are very well established, but this is a company that obviously has its fingers in different areas of the precious metal sector. But nonetheless, it just goes to show you that even a big company like that, come under new or different management, there can be issues and problems. Fascinating indeed. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Seattle, by at least 2012, the company lacked enough assets to fulfill customer orders and used new customers' money to pay off older customers in a Ponzi-like scheme. That's typically how it starts, try to keep their head above water. In fact, I think I remember some people saying, some of the orders in place took forever for them to get them. In total, over 3,000 customers paid for orders or made bullion sales or exchanges that were either never fulfilled or never refunded. The total loss of those customers was more than $25 million. Amazing. Wow. Think about all of that money for that many people that left pretty much fairly unchecked. It's amazing that there wasn't action taken sooner. It was also alleged that in April 2016, more than 50 people who stored their bullion at Northwest Territorial Mint's vaults discovered that all or part of their bullion, worth $4.9 million, was missing. Wow! 20 customers involved in a bullion leasing program were also allegedly defrauded by more than $5 million. And a Canadian silver bullion producer was defrauded by more than $1 million in silver bullion. Think about that for a moment. So, vaulting gold and silver. We often hear about precious metals IRAs or places to be able to store your gold and silver off-site in a secure vault. There is counterparty risk there. And in this case, it was done, and it looks like it turned out to be one big fat scam. A well-orchestrated and polished scam by a supposedly trusted company, Northwest Territorial Mint. Pretty amazing to think about it. And so obviously it makes one wonder, well, is it safe to store my bullion at a company? And likely 9 times out of 10, yes, that would be the case. In fact, maybe even the odds are higher that everything is going to be safe. But there is that counterparty risk. What does counterparty risk mean in this particular case? It's not just the company and the legitimacy of the company. Obviously, this is a very extreme example, but it could be the honesty and the integrity of those who manage the vault or who work there. It can be somebody that's low on the totem pole, so to speak, that could go in and steal your gold and silver. And obviously, they have security in place, I'm sure. But, a lot of these things happen with a conspiracy between one or more, or between two or more folks that could help move precious metals out, if that being the case. So just something to think about. And then obviously you have threats from the outside, but most of this stuff are looted from the inside. And so keep that in mind too. Now, for those of you who are familiar with how I store my bullion, a lot of it is off location or off site. I still have to trust the other parties that are involved, friends or family and the like. And so there is a counterparty risk there. And some of that risk obviously can extend beyond the trustworthiness of said individuals. But nonetheless, in this case, it looks like it was a big scam. Wow. Between 2012 and 2016, Hansen and Erdman allegedly took more than $1 million out of the company's accounts for their own use. And exactly, wow, I tell you what, that is something else. And that's part of this whole thing, that these people will pay for their own personal expenses and using customer assets to finance these measures. And that's where it all leads. It all came crashing down. Additionally, the pair is alleged to have transferred approximately $120,000 in cash from the company to Erdman's checking account and used $400,000 in company funds to pay their personal credit card bills. Well, isn't that something? It does not surprise me or shock me in one bit. During the NWT, the Northwest Territorial Mint bankruptcy, federal authorities determined there was an asset deficit of at least $55 million, of which $8.3 million was missing gold and silver bullion coins and bars The private mint was supposed to be securely storing for its customers. Wow. What an amazing article and news story here from Coin World by Paul Gilks. This is going to be interesting to see when they are caught. Fascinating indeed. Hopefully they can find them, and likely if they have some of that money, they have made their way out of the country. Who knows? Maybe they found a nice house in Norway that may be abandoned. That we covered in a previous story about the defrauding of people of precious metals. This one will go in the precious metals crimes playlist. I hope you will check out others in this story. Be safe out there, folks. Trust but verify, as they say. But nonetheless, there it is. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video. And I want to strongly encourage you to please rate this video. That means press the thumbs up button. Share it on other social media platforms. Comment and subscribe.